Well, we're going to be doing a video on, technically it's one deck, but it's two decks because this deck is a ripoff of this deck. This deck is an independently published deck that is very well made. The magnetic closure box, the creator vibe is called Vibe About It. The back of the box, it is a 100 card deck. A Pop of Love. Pop of Love Oracle cards will help guide you to new levels of trust, understanding, and love. They will help you become more aware of your connection and guide you to attract and create the love you desire. So I remember when this came out, and I wanted it so bad, but I wasn't able to get it at that specific time for personal reasons. Whether it was financial, whatever the case was, I was not able to get it. And I mentioned it to someone. I was like obsessed with this deck, and they had got it. They were like, "Oh my god, you're gonna get a gift. I know you're gonna love it." So I received a gift, and this was it. And now, I'd seen this almost 2 years ago, I want to say, give or take, so memory's fuzzy. Then I turned this over, and there's nothing, there's no name, no publisher, no book, nothing. And I see this, Pop of Love, and something struck me when I saw that. So, I just read the back of this to you. Read the back of this. Will guide you to trust, understanding, boundless. They awaken your awareness and strengthen your connection, helping you. It's literally saying, like, word for word, basically, the exact same thing. I think they might have made subtle little changes. This is 75 cards. This is 100 cards. This has some extra cards that I guess they felt like, okay, well, we'll save some money, we'll leave them out. This is a much better made, not only deck, but box. But either which way, the independent publisher that put their time and their effort and all that it takes to put into making a deck, it's not as easy as people think it is. To know that I had this, and I was like, wait, is this the same deck, or is it like a similar deck? Did somebody, like, just take the same idea but go with it differently? But when I saw that, the Pop of Love, I googled that. I googled a Pop of Love Oracle cards, and this is what came up. So, I had already gotten these as a gift. There wasn't much I could really do about it at that point. I did contact the original deck creator, and I told them, this, exactly what I'm telling you. And they contacted me back. We spoke. They were obviously aware of it, which I assumed that they would be. But I felt it was only right that, just in case, who knows, I'd tell them. Because there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, well, why don't I just spend 15 instead of 60? All right, well, number one, you're getting a subpar product. These are like super, like, these have a nice shine decoration. You can tell they stole that as well, but they like changed it a bit. These are much nicer. They're gilded. These are not. So they changed things up a little bit, and where I made the mistake was I did shuffle and I did use this deck, and I told the creator that. I said I did, I did use it because at first I didn't realize it. So in this deck, it comes with the zodiac signs. What else? And then it comes with like yes, no, maybe, definitely not. It also comes with the time of year. This deck doesn't come with any of that like timing. It comes with cards as far as like, could happen around summer. You might meet your soulmate in the summer, or in the fall, or in the winter, spring, yes or no. So it has things, maybe, it has things like that. And then it goes into the zodiacs. So this fake deck that you get doesn't go into all of that. Now, what it shows you is it gives you the like positive keywords and some negative keywords here. And then on the flip side, as I say, it gives you like I guess like, what they're thinking. These are on all of the cards. So this is the fake deck. And honestly, this is the first time I'm comparing them side by side as on camera. I'm gonna probably not do all of them. I looked through them. I definitely saw plenty of cards that were repeated. Now, the one thing, see, this is in this deck as a different one. I forget. I don't even remember what the keyword is. So I think like what they did was they switched some things around. And I don't have it in order. I should have done that first. So this is the fake deck, and you're not getting half of what, well, you're getting half. Like you're still stealing from somebody else. I personally rather not do that. I don't believe in buying black market decks. I don't think it's fair to the creators, whether they are independent creators, or if they have, giant contracts with US games. I don't think that it's okay. So, yeah, that being said, I will rather save up for a deck that I might never get because I might never, have enough money for it, rather than spend the money, the $15, on a deck I know was stolen from someone else. Now that's me. That's my morals. But if you're reading tarot, technically, I kind of feel like you should have the same morals. Because if you know you're buying these cheap decks and you're like, oh well, so what? No big deal. I'm saving money. I can't afford to buy those other decks. Well then, how are you giving good karma off? How is it that you are even like trying to convince yourself that what you're doing is okay? Because it's not. you know, you might think you're stealing from a good company like US Games, but every deck creator that might have started off independent went, like, you know, they started off that way, and then they went to companies like US Games, and they still get paid by these companies. So by you buying these fake decks, the real artists that put their blood, sweat, and tears into this work, they're not seeing a dime, and somebody who stole their work is profiting off of something that they just took from someone else. So these are just much nicer. You could tell the quality. You know, there's some people who might like that, like more of a matte linen finish, and if that's what you like, maybe you can contact the actual deck creator and see if they will print it on the type of cardstock that you prefer, rather than going with a cheaper, much less quality subpar deck that doesn't even have the correct amount of cards or the correct meanings on the cards. They jumbled them up. They, you know, I mean, they just completely stole someone else's idea and then they wrecked it. I mean, you have this gorgeous 100-card deck. It has, like I said, yes, no, maybe, time of year, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's stuff that people want to know. And that's not in this deck. So when you see this deck on Amazon for $15, $16, you are ripping off the actual deck creator. And that would be Vibe About It. I think it's all one word on Etsy. Vibe About It. They have other decks as well. They're all great. But check them out. Let them know. Maybe you purchased this and you were not aware that it was a fake deck. But now that you do know, I mean, it's not okay that people are continuing to get away with this kind of stuff. And because this is a small independent publisher, Amazon isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Now, if you're a true tarot reader, you're gonna do the right thing. You're either gonna, you know, now I told the person that got this for me wasn't aware that there was fake decks, black market decks. They were like, what, really? And I was like, yep, really. So they understand that's my morals and so on and, you know, so forth. And I told them, hold on, give me a couple of days. I want to do a comparison. I hope you don't mind. And they said, that's fine. I'm just going to do a quick comparison. I'm not going to go through every card because it doesn't matter. If you want to see a flip through on this deck, I'll do it. But I'm not going to give this deck any more life. You know, it's just not right to vibe about it. And if you are looking to get this deck or some like it, there's a couple on there that are on sale. There's one that's being retired. Retired decks from independent creators are always worth more money later on. So go on Etsy, check out Vibe About It. Again, I do believe it is one word. This is the Pop of Love Oracle. There are a bunch of other decks on there, and this shouldn't exist to you if you're a true tarot reader. Black market decks shouldn't even be in with all your others. So now that you're aware, after seeing this video, I would hope that you will put that away, stop using it, save up, and get the right one. And until you do, that's that. So, okay. Well, you know what? You do what you want to do. Who am I to tell anybody what to do? I did what I wanted. I wanted to compare them. Now that is it's gonna sit on a shelf because it was a gift. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it's being sent back. It's being sent back. My bad. It's being sent back. And I have the real deck now. The deck creator was amazing. They were so kind and generous and just unbelievably sweet. Nobody should be stealing from anyone at all, especially somebody as kind and generous as this person was. So I might not get many views, but if I get a few and this makes a difference in the tarot community, then it helps this, deck creator and other independent, smaller deck creators. So to everybody out there, remember, you get what you give. So continue to use a deck that you now know was stolen from someone else. I look at that as bad karma. I'm sticking with this beauty here. As beautiful as those gilded edges are, I have plenty of decks with chipped edges and it just no longer bothers me. And you just get a gold metallic pen if you have common sense. You just go around the sides and they look good as new. I have decks that have been chipped and you would never ever ever know it. They look as new as this one. So alright, there you have it. This is the real deal. This is the real seller on Etsy, CTM. There's nothing like that. They actually take the actual name of this deck and use it. They stole everything from that seller. So we say F them. Yes, this seller is awesome. Check them out on Etsy, contact them, start a dialogue, let them know. You might not have been aware their cards are fake, and they'll maybe, work with you, because I can only imagine that that's an extremely upsetting. It's like, this is their baby, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into this, and somebody just stole it, and they're profiting off of it. Not cool. So go ahead, check them out. Again, Vibe About It on Etsy. And if not this deck, there might be others on there that tickle your fancy. So, ciao. Say bye to Charlie.